Joined here on Off the Bench, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Alexandria by head coach of the Tulane Green Wave heading into year 4. He's won everywhere he's been. Willie Fritz joining us here this morning on OTB. Coach, thanks for the time. How are you?
I'm doing great. Appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. Coach, you guys finished last season with a bowl victory, 41-24 in the Cure Bowl. Tied for first in the West in the AAC, finished with 7-6. It feels like the culture is changing down there in New Orleans. How do you feel about your program here in fall camp?
Well, we're feeling great about it, and now we got to go out and do it, obviously. But a lot of guys coming back. This is going to be my 4th year at Tulane, and I've got, one guy that was on the team before I got here. So it's got pretty much a new roster. We're a young team still, but we got a lot of veteran leadership because I played a lot of these guys, and they were true freshmen, and they got extensive minutes. Probably came close to leading the country, and most true freshmen that actually started for us. I know one year we had 7 guys that started for us 2 years back, but good amount of depth. That's something we have not had in the past. If the first team guy went down, we were in trouble. But now we've got good depth in almost every position across the board, which you got to have when you're playing Division I college football.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about your recruiting and how you've done a magnificent job, both getting players out of high school and on the graduate transfer level. We'll talk to you about that in a couple of minutes. But Justin McMillan, who we talked to on this program last year after he made the decision to leave LSU and transfer into your program, you put him into the lineup last year. He wins 5 of 6 and really gets good mojo around that offense. What are you expecting from your senior signal caller going into the season?
Well, we're expecting a great year from Justin. He's worked extremely hard in the spring and in the summer. I've got a new offensive coordinator in Will Hall, and those two are kind of connected at the hip. He just understands the offense inside and out. He came here 5 days before the first game. It's hard to learn everything, but when he came in those last 6 ball games, really played well. Gives us a passing threat. We've always ran the ball effectively, but in this day and age, you got to be able to do both. And with Justin, we can do that.
And I guess kind of in line with that, Coach, how much, or was it even a factor? Like what were the reasons behind making the change to Will Hall? Was Justin McMillan, his ability to throw the ball, did that factor in at all?
You got to adapt to your personnel and things. I just felt like, we needed to spread it out and throw it a little bit more. I really, I've been doing this a long time. You're going to line up and run the ball at people. Most of the time, you're going to need to have, equal, if not superior personnel. And we're getting there with our offensive line. I feel a lot better about that spot than I did in the past. But there's just some easy plays in the passing game that you can take advantage of when people are, packing the box on you and having more people and you can actually block in there. Puts a lot of man coverage. We got some good wideouts. Darnell Mooney has had a great career here. He caught for almost 1,000 yards last season. He was close to leading the nation in yards per catch, over 20 yards per catch. Really picked up Jalen McCleskey. Jalen's transfer to us from Oklahoma State. He had 167 catches in his career at Oklahoma State. You get transfers for different reasons. His, main reason was playing for his dad. His dad's one of my coaches, J.J. McCleskey. Played at the Saints, played at the Arizona Cardinals. They never missed each other playing a game in their life. J.J.'s been every event the kid had ever had. It was pretty tough on him last season, so he transferred on over here. And so we got a really good 1-2 punch and some other young big receivers. So I feel like we're going to be able to, do it both ways offensively.
We're talking to Tulane head coach Willie Fritz here on Off the Bench, 104.5, 100.3, 94.7 ESPN. And, Coach, you've won NJCAA National Championship, Southland title, Sun Belt, tied for the lead in the AAC West last year. I guess you've been in so many different places. You won everywhere you've been. How does what you've experienced the last 4 years at Tulane compare to some of those earlier stops in your career?
Oh, it was tough. There's no doubt about it. we just didn't have the numbers when we got here, and you know, and then, you know, regardless of what was going on before or whatever, you know, you got to establish your culture and what you're all about as a football program when a new coaching staff comes in, and you also got to learn the lay of the land. I love the challenge of it. You know, and my wife thinks I'm crazy when I take a job. You know, why don't you take one that's already, you know, going well and having success? But I love the challenge of taking over the team and a program, and you know, Tulane's had some great teams and some great players. As a matter of fact, Weldon Moore is sitting in my office all night. He's an old Baton Rouge guy. Played a bit Bel Air High School. Great running back for Tulane. Won some Super Bowls when he was with the Steelers and all. But they just have not done it consistently. That's the thing we've got to be able to do. And you know, we went 7-6 last season. That's the 6th winning season in the last 37 years at Tulane. So, you know, that's not our end game. You know, going 7-6 and winning the bowl game. We want to do this year after year after year after year. With what we got to sell here with the academics, you know, a real, you know, top 40 school in the nation out of 4,140 colleges and universities, top academic school in the state of Louisiana, playing a great conference. I hope I get you guys over here to a game sometime. If you need to come on over. You'll be impressed with the AAC. A lot of big, long, athletic guys, very well coached. And then we're going to do it in, you know, the number one destination city in the world, New Orleans. So we've got a lot to sell. And I think it's really helping us with recruiting. I feel like if you can have sustained success here, there's no reason why you can't build a powerhouse.
Yeah, look, and Yulman Stadium it's a beautiful stadium. It's a relatively new stadium, and kind of like you said, Coach. So when you took over, it wasn't in the best of shape. The program that is. Last year, you win the first bowl game in 16 years. You're going for back-to-back winning seasons for the first time since 97, 98, and maybe what will help with that going forward. You just turned in the number one recruiting class in the AAC, a top 50 class in the country. How gratifying is it for you to be able to kind of pin that badge to your chest as far as recruiting goes?
Well, that's just so important in this occupation. You got to do a great job of that, you know, every single day. You know, I've coached at all different levels. You know, you recruit every day at all levels, but at the Division I level is just completely and totally different. You know, we're finding guys that value education. You know, they want to have that degree that's going to last them the next 40 years of their lives. And they've also seen that, you know, you can't have success here at Tulane football-wise. We've got good facilities and great location in the uptown area. There's just a lot of things to sell here, and my coaches understand it. And then we also have the benefit of being able to recruit nationwide. You know, we've got all 50 states represented. Heck, we've got 78 countries represented here at Tulane. So, you know, you go out and, you know, should we get kids from the East Coast or get kids from the West Coast? And, you know, they find out, you know, that Tulane's interested in them, and if they're a good student and they value education, we've got a chance to get them.
Willie Fritz joining us here, ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Alexandria here on Off the Bench. You can follow the Tulane University football program on Twitter at GreenWaveFB. Coach T-Bob mentioned Yulman Stadium, and the Saints put 12,000 in there on Sunday night for a practice, and I know you guys were washed out earlier this week and had the opportunity to use their facility. It seems like the relationship between you and the New Orleans Saints is fantastic as far as the working relationship goes.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. They're the most hospitable NFL team in the league. I've been to a lot of different practices. Those guys roll out the red carpet for you. I go out there and watch them practice all the time. So do my coaches. You know, it just is a unique relationship between the university and an NFL team. You know, people ask me all the time, do you have an indoor facility? And I get to be able to tell them, yeah, I got two of them. I got the Saints indoor, and we drive down the road here just about 5 minutes to get down to Superdome. So I think since I've been here, we've practiced at either one of those locations 57 times. I counted it up here the other day. So We're really blessed that they allow us to do that, and it's great to have them come out here and practice. You'll be out there working out at their place sometimes. You'll see, some of their stars walking around, and they'll kind of stop and watch a little bit. And then we, our guys, got a chance to, watching them practice here the other day. It's always interesting to watch number 9 approach practice like it's the first time he's ever been out there before. I mean, his preparation is second to none.
All right, Coach. We're talking to Tulane head coach Willie Fritz. He has turned around that program 7-6 last year, including a bowl win, the first time in 16 years.
How about Tulane for the first time in their history looking for back-to-back bowl wins?
Wow. I mean, and look, and that's what Coach Fritz has done. Like, he's had success at every level. He's now starting to pay dividends at Tulane. We'll send you off on a very sports talky one here, Coach. If you're going to accomplish the goals that you've set out for yourself, right? ACC championship, et cetera, like when you look at your roster right now, what do you think is going to be the key factor that could kind of push it either way?
Ooh, Sports Radio 101.
We've just got to take that next step. In the kicking game, we need to take that next step. We've got a lot of experienced guys in the kicking game. We've got to get better in that area. And, offensively, I think combining the new offense, having the ability to throw the ball and run the ball effectively and then be able to put that together early. Defensively, we lost a couple great players. Donnie Lewis from Baton Rouge at Central High School, I believe. With the Cleveland Browns, I got Rod Keemer, safety. Brother Martin here in town is with the Los Angeles Chargers. It's hard for me to say that, but we've lost a couple good secondary guys, but I really like our depth in the secondary. We've got a tough schedule to open it up. We've got FIU, won 9 games and won a bowl game last year to open the season up on Thursday, August the 29th, and then we go over to Auburn, play over there. We got to come back with Missouri State, and then we play on ESPN on a Thursday night against Houston, and then have a bye week. So those first 4 games are going to be important for us. You want to come out of the chutes fast, but I like our squad. I like our depth, and we look forward to the opportunity.
Yeah, I told Tom that we look forward to getting down for that September 19th matchup against Houston in Ullman. Awesome. Yeah, we're looking forward to it, Coach, and I know everybody down there that support the Wave is looking forward to another season with you. You've done a great job in turning that program around on the practice field this morning. We appreciate the time here on Off the Bench.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it. Roll Wave.
You got it.
All right, Coach.